host. My wife will stay in her royal chair, but when it is appropriate, I will have her welcome you all.
Tell all our friends welcome from me, sir. For inside my heart, you are all welcome.
Then it must be Banquo's.
I'd rather see his blood spattering on your face than flowing through his veins. Did you finish him off?
My lord, his throat is cut. I did that to him.
You are the best of the cutthroats, but whoever did the same to Fleance must also be good. If you cut both their throats, then you are the absolute best.
My royal sir, Fleance has escaped.
Now I am scared again. Otherwise, I would have been perfect, as solid as a piece of marble, as firm as a rock, as free as the air itself. But now I'm all tangled up with doubts and fears. But Banquo has been taken care of?
Yes, my good lord. He's lying in a ditch, with 20 deep gashes in his head, any one of which would have done enough to kill him.
Thanks for that. The adult snake lies in the ditch. The young snake that has escaped will, in time, become poisonous and threatening. But for now, he has no fangs. Get out of here. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.
My royal lord, you're not entertaining the guests. If you don't make your guests feel welcome, they'll feel like they're paying for their meal. When you just want to eat, it's better to do that at home. When you're eating out with people, you need to have a little bit more ceremony. Otherwise, dinner parties will be boring.
It's nice of you to remind me. Since good digestion requires an appetite, and good health requires both of those, here's to good appetites, good digestion, and good health.
Why don't you have a seat, your highness?
We would have all the nobility of Scotland gathered under one roof, only if Banquo were here. I hope it turns out that he's late out of rudeness and not because something bad has happened to him.
His absence means he has broken a promise, sir. If it pleases you, your highness, why don't you sit with us with your royal company?
The table's full.
Here's an empty seat, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What's wrong, your highness?
Which one of you did this?
What, my good lord?
You can't say I did it. Don't shake your bloody head at me.
Gentlemen, stand up. His highness is not well.
Stop it.
Sit down, worthy friends. My husband is often like this, and has been since he was a child. Please stay seated. This is just a brief fit. In a moment, he'll be well again. If you pay too much attention to him, you'll make him angry, and that will make his convulsions go on longer. Eat your dinner and pay no attention to him. Are you a man?
Yes, and a brave one, who dares to look at something that would frighten the devil.
Oh, that's nonsense. This is just another one of your hallucinations you always get when you're afraid. This is like the floating dagger you said was leading you toward Duncan. These outbursts of yours don't even look like real fear. They're more like how you act if you're a woman telling a scary story for the fireside in front of your grandmother. Shame on you. What are you making these faces? When the visions pass, you'll see that you're just looking at a stool.
Please, just look over there. Look! Look! See? What do you have to say? What do I care? If you cannot, then speak too. If the dead are going to return from their graves, then there's nothing to stop the birds from eating the bodies. So there's no point in arguing.
What? Has your foolishness paralyzed you completely?
As sure as I'm standing here, I saw him.
Nonsense.
In ancient times, before there were laws to make the land safe and peaceful, a lot of blood was spilled. Yes, and since then murders have been committed that are too awful to talk about. It used to be that when you knocked a man's brains out, he would just die. And that would be it. But now they rise from the dead with 20 fatal head wounds, and push us off our stools. This haunting business is even stranger than murder.
My worthy lord, your noble friends miss your company.
I forgot about them. Don't be alarmed on my account. My most worthy friends, I have a strange disorder, which no longer shocks those who know me well. Come, let's drink a toast. Love and health to you all. Now I'll sit down. Give me some wine. I drink to the happiness of everyone at the table, and to our dear friend, Banquo, whom we miss. I wish he were here. Let's drink to everyone here, and to Banquo. Now everybody, drink.
Here, here.
Go! And get out of my sight. Stay in your grave. There's no marrow in your bones, and your blood is cold. You're staring at me with those eyes that have no power to see.
Good friends, think of this as nothing more than a strange habit. It's nothing else. Too bad it's spoiling our pleasure tonight.
I'm as brave as any other man. Come at me in the form of a rugged Russian bear, an armed plated rhinoceros, or a tiger from Iran. Take any shape other than the one you have now, and I will never tremble in fear. Or come back to life again and challenge me to a duel in some deserted place. If I tremble, then you can call me a little girl. Get out of here, you horrible ghost. Get out! I am a man again. Pray you sit still. Look, now that it's gone, I'm a man again. Please remain seated.
You have ruined our good cheer and disrupted the gathering by making a spectacle of yourself.
Can things like this happen to suddenly without making us all astonished? You make me feel like I don't know myself when I see you looking at these terrible things and keeping a straight face, while my face has gone white with fear.
What things, my lord?
Please, don't speak to him. He's getting worse and worse. Talk makes him crazy. Everybody, please leave right now. Don't bother exiting in the order of your rank, but just leave right away.
Good night. I hope the king recovers soon.
There's an old saying, the dead will have their revenge. Gravestones have been known to move and trees to speak, to bring guilty men to justice. The craftiest murders have been exposed by the mystical signs made by crows and magpies. How late at night is it?
It's almost morning. You can't tell whether it's day or night.
What do you think about the fact that Macbeth refuses to come to me when I command him?
Did you send for him, sir?
I've heard about this indirectly, but I will send for him. In every one of the Lord's households, I have a servant paid to spy for me. Tomorrow, while it's still early, I will go see the witches. They will tell me more, because I'm determined to know the worst about what's going to happen. My own safety is the only important thing now. I have walked so far into this river of blood that even if I stopped now, it would be as hard to go back to being good as it is to keep killing people. I have some schemes in my head that I'm planning to put into action. I have to do these things before I have a chance to think about them.
You haven't slept.
Yes, let's go to sleep. My strange self-delusions just come from inexperience. You're still just beginners when it comes to crime.